I was glad to hear Drew bring up the words or say that bicycle design is a moving target, and what I love about bicycles is their mechanical efficiency, and it's really, I really like the discipline of bicycle design, because the bicycle is the most efficient mode of transport ever designed, and it's different than being a clothing designer in that way, in that you can even improve on it and make it the most efficient of anything. And so that's the direction I hope to go in, is to not just to come up with new ideas to make the bicycle better, or borrow from all the great ideas I've seen out there, synthesize those into one, distill it to make my version of that most efficient bicycle. And then, by golly, the history of cycling design is kind of a lost history. But I think most of you in the audience here you have some inkling of how much was done back when a bicycle was the freedom machines, back in the 19th century, and especially the 1890s, when, you know, that golden age of cycling. We probably all know that golden age of cycling, and what all the bright people who were focused on perfecting this machine at the time, and that's that part of cycling that I love, and coming up with synthesizing the things that I see from all around. I don't come up with new ideas necessarily. I come up with, I hone my skills in recognizing good ideas that people have done from way back, and even right here at the table, you're at good ideas, and try to incorporate that into my Breezer brand. And it's been maybe a challenge over the years. The brand is only so big, we only have so much horsepower, but that still has been my that driving goal, is to have that most efficient frame design or bicycle.
And with that being said, I'm going to go to Brian. I'm not cutting you off, but
no,
to emphasize that Joe's saying that, you know, there are not too many new ideas for everybody's point of interest.
No. That's not what I was saying. No, in fact, a bicycle, okay, can I just say this right now and just get it off my chest? Okay, so I always hear that, hey, a bicycle, you know, the diamond frame, 2 equal wheel size deal, is what a bicycle is going to look like, because by golly, it's looked like that for 120 years. My take on that is no. Okay, back then when there was that golden age and that was that freedom machine, bicycles, wow, it's amazing what had happened from 1860s till that point. And the reason that 120 years later from that golden age, a bicycle doesn't look a whole lot different is not because those guys didn't reach perfection. It's because at that point in time, that brain trust shifted their attentions to the automobile and the aeroplane and other ways to get around, and bicycles was no longer that freedom machine. And we're racing it absolutely improved the breed right up to that point. From that point onward, racing would be about the athlete much more than the technology, because the rule book would say, hey, the relationship of the saddle to the handlebars to the cranks had to fall within these very narrow parameters, or it was not legal to race on. And so, of course, the manufacturers build won the race yesterday for tomorrow. It's easy marketing. And that's why the bicycle looks so similar. And it could be that for two things. Today, we're coming into a second golden age of cycling, while people are recognizing that cycles are great, not just for recreation, but for getting around, for transportation, getting where we need to go, because of their remarkable efficiencies. And it could be, and also that the second part is that the UCI has recently hinted that they're once again interested in giving back to humanity a better bicycle developed from racing. And so 20 years from now, we could come back to that diamond shaped, diamond framed, equal wheel bike and go, God, that's what a bike used to look like? So that's my take on it. The bicycle is that moving target and will become even more so as we go into the second golden age of cycling. So embrace it.
I just want everyone to get this book. It's called The Data Book.
Oh,
It's an illustrated book. It's a Japanese illustration book. And essentially what it is, it's all the patents that have taken place over the time since the safety bike and before that has been created. And what you will realize and what you will witness is that there are a few new ideas. You know, there's plenty of advancements and there's plenty of different interpretations of how something can be done, but you will truly be amazed when you see patents from 18-something for a disc brake and 18-something for a wishbone YBB. And as he was saying, there was a point when it was just a never-ending battle to who could come up with the next best idea. And that did kind of die down, but the harsh reality is a lot of this stuff now is just a rebirth of ideas that had already existed.
And then we're starting to see some of those new things, and maybe it's a little bit off our radar, and you have things, how many of you that saw, maybe not in Eurobike, but saw after Eurobike, is ceramic speed drive, a shaft-driven product, okay, right? And we're, as a curator of our Marin Museum of Bicycling out in Fairfax, I get a lot of cyclists coming in, and well, I heard about that right after it happened, and I didn't know about it. I wasn't there at Eurobike this year, and it's a product that is a shaft-driven bike, but they claim 99% efficiency. Okay, I hadn't seen that back in 1890s patents, so there's some new stuff coming in.
There is a shaft drive in the book, though. Not 99%.
Yeah, different category.
Opposite of that.
Yeah.